Hello my lovelies, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well, and today we're going to be going over my TBR for the month of September. So, I'm doing 3 readathons this month. I don't know why I do this to myself, I really don't. But of course, as you guys probably know, the major one is Bookopoly by Becca from Becca and the Books. So this is running for the whole month of September. So basically, if you guys don't know what that is, basically it's based off Becca's TBR game Monopoly, where she creates a board every year and we basically play along. So originally I was going to do 5 rolls, but it ended up being 8. So those wretched doubles. But yes. Oh, just why? But anyway, it's all good. So, in addition to that, I will also be participating in the final round of Not Safe for Workathon. Now, this is hosted by Paige from Pages with Paige, so I'll leave the link to that down below, as well as the links to all the other readathons I'm going to talk about in this video. But yeah, so this one is essentially running in the first month of September from the 3rd, I think it was, to the 6th of September, so we have 3 whole days. So it will start at 9 AM Australian time and end at 9 AM on the 6th of September Australian time. But obviously that's where I am. If you're in another country, just do it based on your time zone. So basically for that one, essentially the way that's going to work is that Paige will give us a prompt every 12 hours and we can see if we can fill those prompts. So whether that happens or not is anyone's guess, because that does fall on Father's Day weekend as well, but we shall see how that goes. Now, the final one I will be participating in as well is the Make Me Read Readathon. Now, this is hosted by Ellie from Earl Grey Books, Helen from Helen's Bookhaven, and Paige. Oh god, can you tell I'm filming this video late at night? Never a good idea, but here we are. So, yes. So they are the 3 main readathons I'm going to be participating in. Now, I'm going to go through the Bookopoly one first, since that is the biggest one. So let's see what my first roll was. Okay, so the first roll I got was a 9, and that was buildings on the cover. Now, this month, hopefully, I'm planning to get to the first... How many books do I say there is? 1, 2, I think there's 5 books? 5. Yes, okay. So, there is 5 books that I've got from the library. And that is the Veronica Speedwell series by... I almost said Victoria Avia, but that's not it. By Deanna Rayborn. Oh my god. So, I know this follows a young girl who is a butterfly hunter, I think. But if you guys want a bit more in-depth detail of this series, I will leave a link to Katie Colson's vlog for this series, because she is the one who basically inspired me to want to binge read this series. So hopefully I can get through those in the month of September. So as you can probably see in the picture I'll put up here, some of these books do have buildings on the cover. So hopefully I can use that to fulfill one of those to fulfill the first prompt. Alrighty, so roll number 2 was a published or set since 2020. Now, for this one, I've decided to go with Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. So this is the September pick for the Last to Read book club, which is hosted by Mel, Ellie and Lana. So I'll leave a link to that down below as well, because that will cover not just September's book. I think it goes through to November's pick, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'll leave that link down below. So I have read Vespertine before. I can't really remember what happens, because I did get it as an ARC last year. So yeah, I'm quite keen to see what everyone thinks about that one. Let's get on to roll number 3. Okay, so roll number 3 was a 6, and we landed on TBR Game. Now, I've decided to steal a prompt from Merdith's TBR, which I'll link down up here and down below as well. So one of the prompts she got was to read a book that has a big band of characters. Now for this one I'm going to go with Echo and the Bone by Diana Gabaldon. So this is book... what book are we on? Book 7, I think? Yes, book 7. Oh god, there's too many of these books, I'm losing track. So this is book 7 in the Outlander series. I don't need to explain what Outlander is. If you've been following me, you'll know I've been reading this series basically one book a month throughout the year. I did fall behind, but that's basically because book 5 was very boring. Book 6 did pick up, so hopefully book 7 continues that trend a bit more. Okay, so for roll number 4 we landed on a movie read. Now, I'm not going to select the book for this just yet. I'll probably will use one of the books off of TBR to fulfill that prompt if I just feel in the mood for reading it more than another. As you'll see later on in the video, I do have quite a few chunky books I need to get to as well. But yes, so basically I'm just going to use one of those books to fulfill that prompt. Okay, so what was supposed to be the 5th and final roll, we got a double and we landed on a 12. So this was randomise your entire TBR. Now, I didn't do that, but what I did do is I made a list of the first book in certain series that I had to read. So basically, I picked 6 books and then just selected them using a random number generator. And as you'll see, we landed on number 3, which is A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn. So as I mentioned earlier, I do want to try and read the first 5 books in the series in the month of September. I don't know if I'll get to that, but fingers crossed that I can. But I am very keen to start A Curious Beginning, so that will definitely be getting read this month. Alright, so for roll number 6 we got another double, so we landed on a 4, which was a TBR veteran. So for this one, this book's going to play into the Make Me Read portion of this TBR, which I'll explain in a minute. But that one is going to be Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahern. So this is book 3 in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. I have been planning to read this since it came out. Obviously it's almost a year later, still haven't got to it. So I'm desperate to finish this series this year, and hopefully I can finally get around to reading this. But I have said that before and I've obviously not stuck to it. So hopefully when I get to the Make Me Read part, you'll understand why this is on my TBR. Okay, for prompt number 7 was another bloody double. So for that one we landed on buildings again. So as previously mentioned, I am going to be reading the entire Veronica Speedwell series, hopefully. Well, the first 5 books I've managed to get from the library anyway. So as you probably saw at the beginning, some of those books do have, book covers have buildings on them. So hopefully I'm just going to be able to incorporate one of those books for that prompt. Alright, and for the 8th and final prompt, we got favourite settings. So, obviously, as you guys know me, I'm a big YA fanatic, YA fantasy kind of setting. So, in sticking with the Serpent and Dove trilogy, I'm going to be reading this one, so Blood and Honey. Obviously, I've selected book 3, this is book 2. I'm going to go into detail about why this is all over the place, but essentially I am going to try and read, as previously mentioned, the entire of this trilogy in the month of September, and I'll explain that as part of the Make Yourself Read. Okay, so moving on to the Make Me Read Readathon part of the TBR. So Make Me Read is going to be happening from the 17th to the 30th of September, so the second half of the month. So for this one, I put 2 polls up on Twitter. As you can see, one was a tie and one was a clear winner. So, as previously mentioned, I've added the Serpent and Dove trilogy to my TBR. So, I do have Serpent and Dove somewhere. I don't know where I've put it. But, yes. So, as you can see, as you guys saw from the first poll, this was the clear winner in one of them. So, I will be reading, hopefully be reading these 3 books in that final half of the month. But I breeze through these books. I cannot talk. I will breeze through these books pretty quickly because I did binge read the first book, I think it was late last year again, and I was planning to try and read this whole series last year, but obviously that didn't happen. So we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Okay, so as you guys saw from one of the polls, it was a tie. So it was between the Dark Artificers and the Guild trilogy. Now, as I'm recording this, I have started reading the Guild trilogy because, well, it's not a trilogy, dickhead, that it's 4 books, and I know there's a 5th one coming out next year. So, obviously, because I do have quite a few books on this list already, I'm probably not going to be able to get to that, hence why I've kind of started the series in August instead of September. So, to compensate, I am going to be reading the entirety of, when I put them in order, the Dark Artificers trilogy. As you can see, these are massive books. So this is the Dark Artificers trilogy by Cassandra Clare, if you guys don't know already, but I'm sure you do. So I read the first 2 books as they came out, got to the 3rd book. I had planned to reread these before book 3 came out, but obviously never got around to it. So we're going to make, well, hopefully, I say that, but I'll probably end up jinxing myself, make it happen. But as you can see, these are quite chunky. So, fingers crossed that I can get through these, but you never know. I did read the entirety of the Stalking Jack the Ripper series this month, so yeah, we shall see. But yes, hopefully I can get to these bad boys in September. Okay, so not including the books I don't have, this, oh my god, is what is on my TBR list. I don't know why I've selected these books. I've really set myself up for failure, I think, but you never know. Planned TBRs aren't necessarily going my way at the moment. As you'll see in my wrap-up, I essentially yeeted most of the majority of the books I had set myself to read this month. So, we shall see how this goes, but yes, apart from the books I don't have, this is it. So I'm going to put these down because they are chunky. Alright, so we've come to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for sticking through this. I know I'm all over the place in this video. As I said, it is quite late when I'm recording this. Don't ask me why I record late at night. It's just easier to do so. But having said that, I am quite tired. So I'm going to leave it all here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have made it this far into the video, please don't forget to give this video the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you really did. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye.